All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the first debate of fourth hour in semester one of the 2019-2020 school year. Let's give our debaters a round of applause. Yay! Hey, give them a round of applause. Yay! Good job. Okay, so we want to remind our speakers today that Jenny will be our timekeeper. So we'd like to welcome our first speaker, to Deborah as the Prime Minister. Go ahead and take your place at the microphone. And we would like to remind Ms. Timekeeper and Ms. Speaker that this is a speech that should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Good morning, my name is Deborah Hornyanova and I am the Prime Minister. Today's topic is if students of St. Paul should or should not have to dress up on Wednesdays. Our position of the government is that students of the St. Paul Lutheran High School should not have to dress up on Wednesdays. Also, I want to thank you that you all come, especially for my partner, then also for the for the oppositions, and also for the audience, timekeeper, and judges. So, our main point why the students of the St. Paul should not dress up on Wednesday is that many students, especially international students, are coming to the school without clothes. They don't have so many clothes usually at the beginning of the schools, so they have to spend much money at the beginning of the school for these kind of special things like special clothes on Wednesday, and school does not pay this extra money that they have to spend. Our second point is that the main reason usually why students came to this school is to focus on a school, not on clothes, or buying clothes. That's the reason why many times this can be something like why students are not focusing on school all the time, because they have to focus what I have to wear for Wednesday, if I have to buy something new, or other questions that I have to accompany this problem. And many times this problem is also not so nice for them, because it is usually uncomfortable also wear these clothes, so they are not feeling so good in school. Our third point is why students should not dress up on Wednesday is that students might have problem with expressing themselves, especially when it is like something that they have to dress up, and plus usually students are not used to dress up so nicely, so they are not having so many times that they know how to dress up so beautifully, so they have problem to express themselves, and usually they don't wear what they want. So that's our points, and also I wanna now thank you for my partner that he's here, for the opposition, for the timekeeper, judges, and audience, and one for the government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper. 2:56. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead and put, please, 1 minute on your clock. Jenny, if you don't mind, could you put 1 minute timer for Caden to prepare his arguments, please? Thank you. 1 minute, please. And you did say 2:56, yes? Jenny?
Yeah.
You did say 2:56, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause and welcome Caden to the microphone with a round of applause, please. Yay! we'd like to remind Mr. Speaker and Ms. Timekeeper again that this speech should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Fabulous, Mr. Speaker. Whenever you're ready, you can hit it.
I would like to introduce myself as the Leader of Opposition, my partner, and the government. I would like to thank my partner and the government, the audience, judges, and timekeepers. All right, our topic for today is should you or should you not have to dress up on Wednesday for school. We have the belief that you should have to dress up. Their first point was that many students don't have many clothes, so that they have to go buy new ones when they come to school. But to come to school, students are supposed to have read the handbook, which clearly states that you will have to dress up for Wednesday. Their second point was that students came to focus on school, not on clothes, and that clothes are also uncomfortable. These clothes might be uncomfortable. Well, if these clothes are uncomfortable, you might have to wear clothes like this for work, or like a party or a banquet or something like that. So we think that these clothes would be very beneficial. Like going to school in these clothes would be very beneficial because it will help you learn how to do it later in your life. Their third point was that they could have problems with expressing themselves in these clothes. We believe as the opposition that we have a wide range of clothes to express yourself. We don't only have plain clothes here in America. We have very expressive dress clothes too. So I want to review our points. Our first point is that students could have read the handbook. Our second point is that that they might have to wear them for work. We might have to dress up for work. Our third point is that in America we have enough expressive clothing to help ourselves. We have enough expressive clothing that you won't have a problem with expressing yourselves with these clothes. I would like to thank my partner, the opposition, the timer judges, and audience, and vote for opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper. 2:34. Thank you very much. Ms. Timekeeper, will you please put 1 minute on the clock for David C. to prepare his arguments, please? Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause, and please welcome to the stand David C. with a round of applause as the second speaker for the government. We would like to remind both Ms. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker that this is a speech that should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Fabulous. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is David and I'm a member of a government. I would like to give thanks to Prime Minister and to opposition, especially to the leader of opposition, and as well to the audience, judges and timekeepers for being here. Today we meet here to discuss the topic whether the students at St. Paul should or shouldn't dress up for Wednesdays. So we as a government think that they shouldn't dress up. So, opposition stated that a lot of international students, or especially also American students, should already have read the handbook about the school, where it was written that they should dress up for Wednesdays. But a lot of students might not read the handbook because the handbook just didn't reach them, because they were communicating with wrong people from the school who just didn't send them the handbook, or they just weren't able to get to it. And also, maybe the thing in other countries, what is considered to be as a nice clothing in America don't have to be considered as a nice clothing, so it could be taken differently. The second point of opposition was that uncomfortable clothing is benefit for students to wear, because they'll have to get used to it, because even in work or later in life they'll have to wear it. But we as a government think that while they are in school, they don't have to make their lives even harder, because when they'll need to wear this uncomfortable clothing, they'll get used to it later. They don't have to torture themselves 4 years in school wearing uncomfortable clothing when they don't have to do it. And their third point was that they believe that in America you can find many clothing which you can express yourself, but maybe this clothing might be much more expensive than in other countries, and you won't be able to buy that. And also, a lot of people are wearing styles in which you won't be able to express in Wednesday clothing. So our 3 points were the clothing in other cultures is taken nicely. In America, couldn't be taken so nicely, so it won't be considered an Wednesday dress. Second point was that uncomfortable clothing we shouldn't wear when we don't have to, because we will be wearing uncomfortable clothing later in life and we'll get bored with it. And why to do it when we don't have to do it? And our third point was that in America we have good clothing and many clothing to express, but we don't have enough. But the prices are different.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much. And we'll put that one right at 3 minutes. Thank you so much. If you could please put 1 minute on the clock for David M. to prepare his rebuttal. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Timekeeper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to David M. with the microphone. We'd like to welcome him as the second speaker for the opposition. We'd like to remind both Ms. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker that this is a speech that should not exceed just 3 minutes in length. Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready.
So, hello everybody, I'm David Madzin and I'm the member of opposition. I would like to thank my partner Kaden, who is the leader of opposition, and also the government, especially the Prime Minister and the member of government. I would also like to thank audience, judges and timekeeper for being here. So we are here to discuss the topic whether the students of St. Paul Lutheran High School should or should not dress up for Wednesday or wear Wednesday dress. And we believe that they should because it's important for them, and I will tell you why. So, the government said, firstly, that maybe the students didn't read the handbook about the clothing and other stuff, and they didn't know about it. But we think that it's not our responsibility of them, and even if they didn't read it, they still have opportunities for rummage sale or some second-hand shops or something, some outlets or anything else where is some clothing not that expensive. So the second point is about the wearing of clothing that is not comfortable, but I would say that they are mostly adult, the students are mostly adult, and I think they should learn to live with dress up clothing or other stuff, because would you rather to learn them early or later when they are not used to it? And the third point, in America we have many clothing but not enough, so I disagree with that, because I think that there are mostly many opportunities of that, and there are really big shops with really like other stuff, so where can they buy something what they like. So again, if they didn't read the handbook, they can still have some not that expensive shops where can buy the clothing. They are also mostly adult, so it's a good idea to learn them it, and there are mostly many clothing that they can wear at this site. So I would like to thank again my partner, then also member of government and leader of Prime Minister, and also the audience, judges and timekeeper. So thank you again, and vote for opposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper. 2:43. Thank you very much. Will you please put 1 minute on the clock? Don't forget, Caden, we're coming back to you for this next speech. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Timekeeper. All right, thank you very much, Ms. Timekeeper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome Caden back as the final speaker for the opposition with a round of applause. Yay. We'd like to remind both Ms. Timekeeper and Mr. Speaker that this is a speech that should not exceed just 2 minutes in length this time. Okay, very clear on that? 2 minutes only, please, this time. All right, Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready? Yes. Okay, thank you. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Hello again, my name is Caden. I am the leader of opposition. I would like to thank my partner, the member of opposition, the government, the Prime Minister, and the member of government, the audience, timekeeper, and judges for our our topic we are debating today is whether you should or should not be allowed to wear, should or should have to wear dress clothes on Wednesday for school. And our standpoint on that is that we believe that you should have to wear dress clothes on Wednesday for school. The point that they brought up is that the handbook might not have reached them. My partner said that the school gives you many opportunities to go and get dress clothes, whether that be expensive, cheap, or maybe even free. You could get cheap dress clothes you might be able to get cheaper dress clothes at the rummage sale. You could maybe buy more expensive dress clothes on the shopping trips that we take, that the school provides for you. And then you might even be able to find free clothes from a friend or a family that is taking care of you while you're here. So those might be, those could be some options for you. Their second point was that it was hard to wear clothes, those types of clothes, and they said that if why do it now when we can just wait until we have to do it? But why would you want to wait? Why would some people? I think that it would be better. We think as the opposition that it might be better to be ready for these times that might occur, like banquets, work, or a party, something like that. So we think that you should do it now instead of...
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, thank you. We're going to go ahead and put that on 2 minutes even. Okay, 2 minutes even. All right, will you please, Ms. Timekeeper, put 1 minute on the clock for Ms. Deborah to prepare her final statements and arguments. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Timekeeper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our final speaker, Ms. Deborah, again to the microphone for the final speech for the government. We'd like to remind Ms. Speaker and also Ms. Timekeeper that this is a speech that should not exceed just 2 minutes in length this time. Only 2 minutes, please. All right, Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, fabulous. Ms. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
Good morning again. My name is Deborah Hornyanova and I'm the Prime Minister. First, I want to thank to my partner, then to opposition, then to audience, judges, and timekeeper that you came. Our topic for today is if students of St. Paul Lutheran High School should or should not dress up on Wednesday. Our opinion on this topic is that they should not dress up on Wednesday. Firstly, the opposition said that we get so many opportunities by school to get these clothes. However, usually at the beginning there is so much going on that there is a little time. Usually we have to wait for these opportunities to get these clothes. And also, even though they did not say anything about another example that usually, especially international students, don't have money for this. I want to also review this point, even though it was not discussed by the opposition. For our second point, they said that this clothing, we should know how to learn how to dress up, like earlier than later, it's better. However, in our opinion, in the opinion of government, we should focus on school first, and then about the learning how to dress up, we can learn how to dress up also after school. We might have much more opportunities, for example, parties or some other activities after school that we usually dress up much more likely to. The third point, even though it was not reviewed by the leader of the opposition, but by the member of the government, that there is many opportunities how to get the clothes. But firstly, usually people have to know how to find the contacts for these people, and also learn which shops give you these special clothes. So thank you for that you came, especially for my partner, then for the opposition, judges, timekeeper, and audience, and both for government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. And time?
Perfect.
Just at 2. All righty. Let's give all 4 debaters a round of applause today. Thank you for debating today. We appreciate it. Good job.
That was good.